Welcome to Earth Resources and Sustainable Development. The geoscience is the subject of Earth Resources, something that is very dear to me, and I'm very excited to talk about it. The reason being that our civilization and way of life is 100% dependent on our ability to understand how natural resources are formed, where they are found, how to look for them, extract them, and transform them. When these materials are transformed, all the wonders of modern civilization are possible. In this course, you are going to be introduced different types of natural resources that are available. We'll be looking at both renewable and non-renewable resources and tying this to our civilization and trying to answer a very basic and fundamental question, and that has to deal with sustainability. The earth and its resources are finite. In other words, when we extract resources from the earth, some of which took a very long time to be formed, we don't have enough time during our lifetime for these resources to be replenished. And that is when need for sustainability comes in. This implies that during our lifetime, we have to extract enough resources to maintain the standard of living that we are having. Then at the same time, we have to be aware of the needs and requirements of the next generations. This is a very difficult balance, and there is a lot of concentrated effort right now to try to figure out how to sustainably develop our natural resources. Unfortunately, some of the natural resources are renewable, and this implies that we can use those resources over and over, like wind energy. We need wind turbines, and the wind is going to be present all the time. But even there is tricky, because to build the windmills, you need to extract the iron and all the other metals that are used in constructing the wind turbine. There are some set objectives and learning outcomes in the course, and it is expected that by the time you are done with this course, you should be able to define renewable and non-renewable earth resources and demonstrate an understanding of their differences as it relates to formation, transformation, and energy output. You'll be required to explain the relationship between natural resources use and human development index of different countries in the world. You also be expected to list the major non-extractive energy sources such as solar, wind, and geothermal, and discuss the pros and cons of each energy source. You also be able to explain the formation of economic mineral deposits and problems associated with their extraction. And you'll be able to define sustainable development within the context of exploring, exploiting, and transformation of earth resources, and discuss current efforts to achieve this. Lastly, you'll be able to discuss the role earth resources played in the Industrial Revolution and have continued to shape human civilization. As you know already, Every activity that involves extracting resources from the earth is going to have an impact. And so there is some sort of difficulties in balancing the need for a comfortable lifestyle and caring for the environment. So we're going to be discussing that as well. I'm taking this class in Missionary University. Part of our emphasis is also going to be on the biblical perspective of proper stewardship of the earth and the earth resources. This is going to be an 8-week course, and each week you're going to have a series of reading assignments, a discussion topic on the discussion board that you'll be required to participate in. In addition to that, we're going to have a quiz at the end of the week to evaluate our learning. In week 1, we'll be looking at the role of earth resources in human civilization. All the major civilizations we've had prior to our own have all been shaped and influenced by natural geologic materials. There is a reason why the Egyptian civilization was developed around the Nile River and the Babylonian civilization around the Euphrates and Tigris River. Week 2, we'll look at how geologic processes produce different earth resources. During this week, we'll be looking at the rock cycle and how the different processes that influence the transformation of the different rocks yield different byproducts that mankind has been able to harness, transform, and made civilization possible. In week 3, we'll look at earth resources, exploration, exploitation, and processing. Materials are extracted, they have to be processed for them to be useful. Week 4, we'll look at renewable earth resources. Week 5, renewable earth resources. Then in week 6, we'll look at the global need and consumption of natural resources. As we're going to find out, some countries use more resources than other countries. The relationship between the development index and an amount of natural resources different countries use. Week 7, we'll look at the consequences of consumption of natural resources. Lastly, in week 8, we're going to look at the future and sustainable development of earth resources. I'm excited to have you in this class. We're going to have a rewarding and excited semester. And at any point during the course of the semester, if you have any challenges, any difficulties, I will be available. You have my phone number, you have my email. Make sure you channel your difficulties or any challenges you may be having to me. By the Grand Canyon in Arizona, and as you can see, it's quite a spectacle.